Okay, hello students. Let me check if I'm going live or not. Yeah, perfect. Okay, hi, hello my dear students. How are you all? I hope that everybody is fine, and I welcome you all here at the very amazing platform Unacademy. So we are here at our YouTube session of Unacademy, wherein we are going to ace our term 2 examinations with Unacademy Plus. Now, what is this Unacademy Plus, and how does it help you to ace your exams? I'll be telling you in a while. But before that, let's know a bit about me. So I am Ritika, a chemistry educator on Unacademy. I have completed my engineering in electronics and communication. I've also been awarded competitive leader by Toastmasters International, and I've been awarded grade A in the Cambridge English EOSL. So now what are we going to learn today? We are going to basically learn about hydrocarbons. The students who were with me in my last class, they know that we have already covered the alkanes part, and today we are going to focus on the alkenes. Okay, so without wasting any further time, let us begin. But there is a very important information for all of you. Students, you can follow Unacademy Champions channel on the Telegram. The link is provided to you in the description box. Now, why to follow that? This is the page at which you will be getting the daily updates of all the YouTube sessions, of all the special classes, of all the batch courses that we are going to start, and all the regular updates. Okay, so to stay updated regularly, it's important for you to follow this page. The link is provided in the description box. Okay, and there's one more request, students. Let's target 1,000 subscribers for this ICSE channel. Okay, for that I need your help. All you need to do is you need to share this video with your friends, and also if you like the video, press on like button, and please subscribe to the channel. Also press the bell icon so that you do not miss any update of here. Okay, now let's move on. We were learning about hydrocarbons in our last class, right? We learned about many things. Okay, we focused on to alkanes first of all, right? So our whole session, our last session, it was dedicated to alkanes, and today we are going to move on towards another category, that is alkenes. Now let's revise a bit. So what are hydrocarbons? These are the compounds which are made up only of carbon and hydrogen atoms. So they only contain carbon and hydrogen in them. Okay. Now if I talk about hydrocarbons, okay, so hydrocarbons, they are basically classified into two main categories. So first is aliphatic. So aliphatic are the open chain compounds, okay, and then we have cyclic. So cyclic are the closed chain compounds, right? In the aliphatic, again, we have two basic categories. One is saturated, the other one is unsaturated. So saturated one we already did. We learned about alkanes, their reactions, their properties, their uses, etc. And in unsaturated we again have two categories. One is alkenes and one is alkynes. And in the cyclic we again have two categories. One is alicyclic and second one is aromatic. Cool. So this is how hydrocarbons are classified. Okay, so today basically this is our topic of concern, and that is what we are going to learn about in this particular session. Okay, so I hope you are ready with that. Now let's quickly get started. So students, this alkenes, just a minute. Yeah, okay, so alkenes, they are also known as olefins. Now, what do we mean by olefins? Olefin means oil forming, right? And what's the reason they are known as olefins? Because all the lower member of alkenes, they form oily products, okay? And what's the reason why they are known as olefins? Because they form oily products Okay, so it's just the lower members which form oily products when treated with chlorine or bromine. Okay, so Cl or Br. Okay, now what are alkenes and what is the basic difference between alkene and alkane? So in alkenes we have at least one carbon-carbon double bond. Okay, so there will be at least one double bond between the carbon atoms. Okay, their general formula, it is CnH2n. Okay, in the alkanes it was CnH2n plus 2, but here it is just CnH2n. And of course they are unsaturated hydrocarbons. And why are they unsaturated hydrocarbons? Because the valency of carbon, they are not saturated with hydrogen only, and there is a double bond between the carbon atoms. Okay, so they are known as unsaturated hydrocarbons. So that is the basic about alkenes. Right, now talking about how is the nomenclature happening over here. Let us see. Now, as I told you, the general formula of alkenes, it is CnH2n. Now here N, it is the natural number. For example, I am taking N as 2. So the lowest or the minimum number which N should be, it's 2. Okay, so obviously we cannot make any compound with one carbon, because we need at least 2 carbon for having one double bond between them, right? So it is, if N is 2, we have C2H2 into 2, that is equal to C2H4. Now see students, how is this bonding happening and how the bond is made. I'm having 2 carbon atoms, okay, and each carbon, it is having 4 electrons in the outermost shell. Correct? Now talking about hydrogen. So how many hydrogen we are having? We are having 4 hydrogens. Okay, so I'll just draw the structure properly so that the bonding becomes easier. Okay, so here we have, okay, these are the 4 electrons that each carbon is having. Now we are having 4 hydrogens, so let's draw the electrons by a star mark. Okay, so what will happen? See, this hydrogen, it will be taking 1 electron from this carbon. Okay, its work is done now. Then this particular hydrogen, it will again take 1 electron, and similarly all the carbons, they will be taking 1 electron, and the valencies are satisfied. Right, now what about carbon? It needs 8 electrons, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 already present, 5 and 6 from both hydrogen, right? And 2 it will be taking from the adjacent carbon. So this is the kind of structure, okay, I'm sorry. This is the kind of structure that will be formed. Okay. Similarly, in this carbon also, that is the structure which you will be seeing. Now see, if I go for the line structure, how it will be happening is, see, we have carbon, all hydrogen, they have got a single bond. Okay. And there is a double bond between the carbons. Okay, so its common name, it is ethylene, or it is also known as ETHENE or ethene to be precise. Okay, similarly if I go for, let's say I'm having 4 carbon atoms. Okay, so it will be C4H2 into 4, that is C4H8. Now this again, it will be forming same kind of structure. And what is the structural formula that we will be getting? So there are 4 carbon atoms. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. At least 1 carbon is having a double bond. So let's have here there is a double bond. Okay, now let's satisfy the valency using hydrogen, and let's count the hydrogen, how many we are getting. So 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, right? Now the valencies are satisfied. You can check it like 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is needed here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and rest are already completed. Okay, now how to name it? See, we are having 4 carbon atoms, so for 4 carbon we are using but. Okay, and for double bond the suffix, it is ene. So but, 1-ene, and since the double bond is on the first carbon, so we generally ignore it to write butene. Okay, and going for the common name, it will be butylene. Okay, now let's talk about this formula for 5 carbons. So what will be the formula? It will be C5H2 into 5, that is 10. And drawing the structure, so this is the last structure that we are doing. I hope that you are very much clear with the structure now. So 5 carbons. Okay, let's have a double bond here. Okay, and then we will be satisfying the valencies. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now again, it is 5 carbon, so the name is pent plus ene, so that goes for pentene, or talking about the common name, it is pentylene. Alright, I hope that is very much clear. Now talking about the occurrence. Now alkenes, they are very reactive, so they are reactive. And if something is reactive, we cannot expect to find it in the free state in nature. Okay, so since they are reactive, so they are not found in the free state. Okay, no. So these are the mixture. Okay, these are lower alkenes. If I talk about the ethene or propene or butene, etc., these are the lower alkenes which are found in the coal gas. Okay, and they are produced by cracking of petroleum. Okay, so this is the basic method of production of alkenes. Hope this is clear. Now let's move on to isomerism in alkanes. Now, as you might be knowing, what is isomerism? It's the same formula, but we are having a change in the structure, right? So for alkenes or for alkanes, we need at least 4 carbon atoms. So we need 4 or more carbon atoms. Now talking about why 4 or more and why cannot we go with 2 or 3. So let's see. If I'm having 1, obviously nothing can happen. 2. See, if I draw it like this, this is the longest chain. If I draw it like this, this is the longest chain, right? So nothing can be done. In 3 carbon also, this is the longest chain. Okay. And if I draw it like this, so this will be the longest chain because there is no branch. Okay. It is a straight chain only. Right? So therefore we at least need 4. Why 4? See, 4 I can draw it this way. I can draw it this way. So at least 4 carbon atoms, it's the minimum requirement for the phenomena of isomerism. Right? Now let's see how it shows the isomerism. So there are basically 2 types of isomerism. First is position isomerism. Now what is position isomerism? There is a difference in the double bond, okay, in the position of double bond. For example, if I go for butene, right? So let's take an example of butene. First structure that I can have of butene is, okay, so I can have a double bond, let's say here. Okay, and if I satisfy the valencies, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So what will be the name of this particular structure? It is 1-butene. Now why 1-butene? Because this double bond, it is coming on the first carbon. If I draw it here also, this thing, the numbering, it will start from that particular carbon. So it is again 1-butene. Now I can change the structure as, so if I take carbon double bond here, then it is the same because the numbering will start from here. But if I pick a double bond here, now see, it is in the middle, right? So satisfying the valencies, we have CH3, CH3, then H and H. Now here the double bond, it is at the middle position, so it is 2-butene. Now what do we, why do we write 2-butene? Because the double bond, it is on second carbon. Whether I start the counting from here, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 2-butene. Okay, so I hope position isomerism is clear to you. Next isomerism which is shown is chain isomerism. Now what is chain isomerism? So we are having either straight chain or we are having branches on the parent chain. Okay, now again if we go for butene, it can have 3 isomers. Okay, now in the case of chain isomerism, first is CH3, CH2, CH and CH2. So that is what 1-butene. Now what happen or what will happen if I bring one carbon down? Okay. Okay, so this is KY ultimate. So silicon also has a valency of 4. So does it also have a separate chemistry for it? So no dear, what is the thing with carbon? There is a reason. Why? There are 2 reasons. First is tetravalency and second is catenation. So even when silicon is having the 4 valency, why is the reason that only carbon can form these many number of compound is these 2 properties. First is the tetravalency, that is valency of 4, and second is catenation. So because of catenation, the carbon atom, it is able to form the compounds, okay, it is able to form the long chain compounds, branch compounds, cyclic compounds, etc. And these 2 properties are seen at the maximum in carbon, and that is the reason why are they why is carbon able to form these many number of compounds. I hope that your doubt is clear. Okay. So moving on to the isomers that we were doing. Yeah. So first one is 1-butene that we just now saw. Now what if I take one carbon over here and place it like this? Okay. So here CH3. Okay. Then I have a double bond here. Okay, between these 2 carbons, and here I am having CH2 and this is CH3. Okay, so we have 8 hydrogen. The valencies are satisfied, and what is the name of this particular compound? It is 2-methyl propane. Now why 2-methyl propane? I'm sorry. Because on second carbon there is a group attached which is a methyl group, and propene because the longest chain, it is having 3 carbon atoms, and therefore it is named as propene. Okay, now see students, it is a double bond, so therefore we have made ENE. Now talking about the total isomers of butene, we saw how many? First we saw this one, but1 in, but2 in, or butene, 2-butene. Okay, that is the same, and 2-methyl propenes. So we have 3 isomers in total for butene. Okay, I hope that is very much clear to you. Now let us move on to the next very important topic, that is the structure of ethene. Now ethene, it is also known as ethylene, as you must be knowing, right? Talking about the structure, now we are having a double bond. Okay, so each carbon atom, it has got two hydrogen atoms attached to it by a single covalent bond, and both the carbons, they are attached by a double bond. Okay, now see what is the structure. Okay, so talking about the bonds, we have four. Okay, so talking about the bonds, what do we have in bonding over here? We are having 4 CH bond, okay, and we have 1 C double bond. Okay, so these are the bonding, and the structure is planar, or we say flat structure. So the structure of ethene is planar. In the case of methane, we saw the structure which was tetrahedron. Okay, the shape was tetrahedron. The shape of ethene, it is planar structure. Okay, and the bond angles over here, they are 120 degree. Okay, so that is the basic structure of ethene. Hope that is very much clear. Now let us talk about preparation of ethene. How is ethene prepared? Okay, now there are certain methods, okay, which we can follow for preparation of ethene. First one is dehydration of ethyl alcohol. Now what do we need over here? We need ethanol or ethyl alcohol plus concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay, so these are our reactants. Okay, now we will be arranging our apparatus like this. Okay, so this is our arrangement. We will be taking 1 part of ethyl alcohol in a flask, and we will be adding 2 parts of concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay, for example, if I am taking, let's say, X quantity of ethyl alcohol, then I will be adding 2x quantity of the sulfuric acid. Okay, and if I add it to the flask and I'm just heating the flask gradually, the temperature, it is kept up to 170 degree Celsius. So I'll just write it over here. So 1 part of ethanol plus 2 parts of H2SO4. Now here sulfuric acid is in concentrated form. Okay, now what are we doing? We are heating up to 170 degree Celsius. So what will be happening here? Ethene gas will be evolved. Ethene is evolved. Now let's see how do we collect this gas, and what is the condition. Now students, what happens over here? We are also taking some aluminium sulfate, okay, in water. Why? To avoid frothing. Okay, we can see the froth forming, so that is why this question can be asked, that in the formation of ethene by dehydration of ethyl alcohol, what is the use of aluminium sulfate? So that is to avoid frothing. Hope that is clear. Okay, now the ethene gas is formed, and why are we having these many structures? Let us see. So first of all, let us see what is the reaction that is happening. We have taken ethanol, so that is CH3, CH2OH, plus we have added H2SO4, sulfuric acid. Okay, now on this reaction, we will not be getting ethene directly, we will be getting ethyl hydrogen sulfate. So the formula is CH3, CH2HSO4 plus water. This is ethyl hydrogen sulfate. Okay, now this ethyl hydrogen sulfate, when we are providing excess of sulfuric acid, Okay, so we are giving excess H2SO4 plus if the temperature is reached up to 170 degrees Celsius, we get what? We get ethene plus H2SO4. Okay, so that is the reaction. Okay, so this is a two-step reaction. We can also write like from ethanol we can get the ethene, adding sulfuric acid, temperature is 170 degrees Celsius. So this is the intermediate which is formed. Okay, now talking about, we have got ethene, how to collect it. Okay, so talking about the collection. The ethene gas which we have now, it is collected by downward displacement of water. So what's the process that we follow? We follow downward displacement method. Okay, and why do we follow this particular method? There are two reasons. So first reason, ethene is inflammable gas, and second is it is insoluble in water. Okay, so that is the reason. Okay, now I'll just show you the diagram so that you can see. The ethene gas which is evolved here, it is from here it reach here. Okay, and the NaOH solution is here, and after that it goes over here. Now it is collected over here, and from this position we collect it in a suitable jar or any container. Okay, so what are the questions that are important from here? First of all, reaction. Okay, then what is the use of aluminium sulfate, okay, to avoid frothing, and why is it collected by ethene gas? It is collected by downward displacement of water. Okay, so I hope that is very much clear. Now there is one reason or one question that can arise, that we can directly collect it from here to here. Why this intermediate is present? This NaOH solution, why do we even need it? Now see, just a minute. Okay, so there are reasons, or why do we need NaOH solution? What does it do? It removes the impurities. Okay, so in this gas which is evolved, we can have the impurities such as carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide. So this NaOH solution, it is used to remove those impurities, and therefore we are going to get the pure ethene gas. Hope that is clear. Now talking about the next reaction, which is dehydrohalogenation. Now ethene, it can also be prepared by dehydrohalogenation of ethyl halide or haloethane, that is having a halogen. Okay, chlorine, bromine, iodine, etc. Okay, and what do we need over here? We need hot concentrated potassium hydroxide. Now let's see how does this reaction happen. Let's take C2H5Cl. Okay, so that is haloethane. Okay, now we will add potassium hydroxide. Now the condition of this potassium hydroxide, it is, first of all, it is alcoholic, it is hot and concentrated. Okay, and what is the product forming? We get first of all ethene plus potassium chloride plus water. Similarly, if I go for bromine, that is C2H5Br, bromoethane, and I make it to react with potassium hydroxide, which is again alcoholic, hot and concentrated. I will be getting ethene plus potassium bromide plus water. Same thing, we can replace it bromine by iodine, and we will be getting potassium iodide in the place of potassium bromide. Okay, so that is known as dehydrohalogenation. Alright, so a very important information for all the students of grade 10, 11, 12, 9. Now, you know, tomorrow it's Republic Day, so of course, Unacademy is back with another amazing offer. So it's special offer, okay, on the occasion of Republic Day. So students, this offer, it is applicable only today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. That is January 25 to January 27. And the offer says that if you, in this 3 days duration, take a 1 year subscription, okay, 1 year or above plus subscription of Unacademy, you will be getting a 6-month absolutely free extension. Okay, so I guess that's amazing offer, right? You will be getting just half a year free access to all the courses. Okay, now for that you can use the code that is RITIKACLIVE, and with that you also will be getting a 10% subscription, 10% off on your subscription, right? So there are two things that you're getting. First is 10% off on subscription, and second one, of course, it is 6-month free extension. Okay, but this offer is just for 3 days, so kindly hurry up and kindly take your plus subscription. And why plus subscription? Okay, that's the question that can pop up. So in the plus subscription, you will be having the access to the courses, right? To the crash courses, batch courses, etc. And these courses, it will, these are very important, talking about your preparations, right? We are having test series, we are having doubt sessions, we are having answer writing sessions, we are having the study materials which are available to you. So these all special things you will be getting in plus subscription. So you kindly, go for it, take it, and I'm sure you will be achieving a lot, right? And right now, what are you achieving? You are achieving 10% off plus 6-month free extension. So share this news with all of your friends, and you also hurry up because this offer is just for 3 days. All right. Now moving on to the physical properties of alkenes. Talking about ethene. Now ethene, it is colorless and inflammable gas. Okay, next it has got a very sweet kind of smell, so we can say it has got light, that is faint, sweetish smell. Then the melting point of ethene, it is minus 169 degrees Celsius. The boiling point of ethene, it is minus 102 degrees Celsius. Now it is not very soluble in water, so we can say it is sparingly soluble, that is not completely soluble in water, and it is very well soluble in organic solvents. So soluble in organic solvents. Now what are those organic solvents? We can have alcohols, we can have ether, we can have chloroform, etc. So it is very well soluble in those. Okay, and it can give an anesthetic effect when we inhale it. Anesthetic effect on inhalation. Okay, so these are the physical properties. Let's quickly see what are the properties of ethene. So first of all, it is colorless and inflammable gas. It has got a kind of faint and sweety smell. Then the melting point is 169 degrees Celsius in negative. Boiling point is minus 102 degrees Celsius. It's not very soluble in water, but soluble in organic solvents like chloroform, like ether, etc. And when we inhale it, it gives anesthetic effect. Alright. Now talking about chemical reactions. So there are certain reactions that we will be seeing, okay, which ethene undergoes. So first is addition reaction, and in addition reaction there are various things that can be added. Talking about hydrogen first, this reaction, it is also known as hydrogenation reaction, right? So the reaction says that when ethene and hydrogen, they are passed over finely divided catalysts such as we can have platinum, we can have palladium, we can have nickel. Okay, then what happens? The hydrogen 2 atoms, they get added to ethene and we will have what? Ethane. So from unsaturated compound we are getting the saturated compound. Let's see how. C2H4, that is ethene, added with hydrogen. The temperature is 200 degrees Celsius. Let's say catalyst is nickel. What do we get? We get ethane. So it's better you write everything. Okay. Yeah. So we have, of course, it is hydrogen. Yeah. Okay. So this is what is known as hydrogenation reaction. Now what will happen if in place of hydrogen I add halogen? It will be known as halogenation. Now this halogenation, it is first of all talking about some of the halogens which do not undergo this reaction. Now see, if I talk about fluorine, we cannot have a reaction with this. Why? Because fluorine is explosive. Okay, so the compound which is formed, it will not be stable. So what are the halogens that can be added? That is, we can have ethene plus either chlorine, bromine or iodine. Okay, at room temperature, okay, they will be forming saturated dichlorobromo or iodo, chloro, dibromo or diiodo, whatever we are going to add. Ethane. Now how does this reaction happens? Let us see. I'm sorry. Let's take ethane, that is CH2CH2. Okay, now this is ethene, and if I add chlorine here plus Cl2, so what is the condition or what is the reaction happening? I will be having CH2 CH2. Now you can see a double bond. It has. Ankit is asking organic का playlist है. So yes, Ankit, you can get all the sessions that we have already done under this particular channel only. Okay, we have done alkanes, we have done I guess nomenclature, we have done the introduction to organic compounds, and also you can join special class because in that also we are going to cover these topics only. I'll be telling you the details in a while. Okay, so what happened over here, the double bond, it got vanished, and what is here now? Chlorine, of course. Now, how to name is, see, 1, 2, because we can start numbering from anywhere, right? So 1, 2, how many chlorines? 2, so for 2 it is di, chlorine, chloro, and all single bond, so it is ethane. Hope that is clear. In the place of chlorine, if I take bromine, what will happen? It will be 1, 2 dibromoethane, diiodoethane, right? So that is how the compounds are formed. Hope that is clear. Now talking about water, addition of water. So water, it is hydration reaction. Okay. Alright, so when a water molecule, it gets added to ethene, so we are having ethene or alkene plus water in the presence of acid, what we will get? We will get alcohol. Okay, now let's see how does this happen. We'll take ethene, that is CH2, double bond CH2 plus water, that is H2O, having acid to provide H plus ion. Okay, let's take sulfuric acid. What will happen? It will be C2H5OH. That is from ethene we form ethanol. Alright, so I guess that's very easy. Now, next is addition of hydrochloric acid. So when ethene, it is treated with hydrochloric acid, we get chloroethane. Now, how does this reaction takes place? Let us see. So we have ethene, that is CH2 double bond CH2 plus HCl. So this HCl is aqueous. Okay. Now what we will be getting? See, CH3. Okay. CH2 and Cl. So this compound, it is known as ethyl chloride or chloroethane. So from ethene, when it is added with hydrochloric acid, we will be getting ethyl chloride. And when this ethyl chloride, the product that we have got, that is CH3, CH2, Cl, when it is treated with potassium hydroxide, we will be getting what? We will be getting ethanol. Okay, so this is how the reaction happens. Hope that is clear. So this was the addition reaction. Okay, we learned about addition of hydrogen, which is hydrogenation. Then we moved on to addition of halogen, known as halogenation. Addition of water, that is hydration, and addition of HCl, hydrochloric acid. Next is polymerization reaction. Now what is this polymerization? When we are taking two or more molecules of same compound. Okay, so when we are having two or more molecules of any particular compound, they are combining to form a bigger compound. So this reaction, it is known as what? Polymerization reaction. Okay, so polythene, of course, everybody might be knowing, right? The one which damages our environment, of course. Okay, the plastic, the polythene. So what is the formation that polythene has? Okay, like how is it formed? Now what happens is when ethene undergoes polymerization, we have polythene. Now see how we are having ethene. Let's say I am taking n number of molecules. Okay, now the temperature is very high, pressure is again high. Okay, and we are using suitable catalyst. So what is the condition that will happen over here? H2C, single bond, CH2 and N. Okay, so that means the these compounds or these molecules, they will add up, and then we will be having polythene. Okay, so I'll just write it. It is, which is formed from ethene. Okay, that is very easy. Next is oxidation reaction. So when we oxidize ethene with the alkaline solution of KMnO4, what will happen? Let us see. So I have again taken ethene. Okay, so that is ethene. Okay, oxidation. So we are providing nascent oxygen. So here we have cold alkaline solution. Okay, which acts as oxidizing agent over here. Now what we will get? We will get this structure which is named as 1, 2. Now see, how is it named? There are two carbons, so ethane, all the single bonds, so ETHANE, ethane. There are two OH groups, so diol. 1, 2, ethane diol. Alright. Now moving on to next, that is combustion of ethene. So this ethene, it burns in air with a sooty kind of flame and it gives large amount of heat. Okay, now if we give out a good amount of air, what will happen? It will be burning with kind of bluish flame and it will be producing carbon dioxide, water and a good amount of heat. So we have ethene, C2H4 plus good amount of oxygen. It will lead to formation of carbon dioxide plus water plus lots of heat. Clear everyone? I hope this is very clear because it was a very simple reaction, right? Now let's talk about the uses of ethene. So first and foremost, very important use, it is used to make polythene. Okay. Next, the fruits that we eat, they are not always ripened naturally. So we are using some substances to ripen the fruit artificially, right? So what's used over there? Ethene. So it is used in ripening of fruits. Then it is also used to make epoxy ethane. And what is epoxy ethane? It is used in detergent manufacturing. Okay, it is used in detergents. Next, it is used for making some synthetic chemicals. Okay. Next, it is again used to make oxyethylene flame. Now, what is this flame used for? It is used for cutting and welding purposes. Alright, so that are the basic uses of ethene. Hope that is clear. Now, let's talk about some of the important things and then we will be having a quick revision of all the things that we have learned today. Unacademy subscription features. Why Unacademy? So there are certain amazing features of Unacademy that are very special. So first one, of course, you can learn from the comfort of your home. You will be having the access to all the courses that you sign up for. You will be taught by top educators of India at one platform. Also, not just the regular classes, we will be having doubt clearing sessions, okay, and answer writing sessions. So in those sessions, you will be told how to manage your time, how to write the answers perfectly. Your syllabus will be covered and you will be having the mentorship of your educators. You will be under the mentorship of your educators. Also, you will be having the study material provided to you in the PDF format. Okay, we will be having regular practice tests which are again very important part of your preparation, and we again have live test series, batch courses, etc. Okay, now talking about the batch courses and how to have this plus subscription. So you can first of all choose the duration as per your need. Okay, you can go for 6 months, 12 months, 24, 48, whatever you want to go for. Then you will be entering my educator code, that is RITIKACLIVE. This code, it will be giving you instant 10% discount on your final price. And now talking about the batch courses. So we are going to start a crash course from 7th of February 2022. This batch, it is ACERS, an all subject batch in English. Okay. Now students, if you are subscribing for grade 10, you will be getting the subscription of grade 11 and 12 absolutely free with that. Okay. Now this batch, it is going to start from 7th of February. Physics physics is taken by Ayushi ma'am. Chemistry is being taken by me. And biology will be taken by Shikha ma'am. Please note the days and timings very carefully. Alright. Now, talking about Unacademy free special class and what's so special about it. So these are the classes, first of all, which are absolutely free of cost. So anybody can watch it. Just you need to have the app. Now here we have live real-time interaction, we have chats, emojis, we have poll leaderboards, we are having live quizzes through polls, okay? You can compete with your friends, this class is very interactive and very interesting, students, trust me. You can also ask questions using the question tab which is provided over there, okay? So these are the things, or these are the special things of our special class. Now question is how to watch the special class. So for that you need to first of all go to Play Store or App Store, just download the Unacademy Learner app, open that app and click on Get Started. Now after that, your mobile number will be asked. When you enter it, you'll enter OTP and you will be signing up using your email ID and all the things that are asked, that is your name, your address, etc. Next you will be going for the goal that you're preparing for, and in your case the goal is grade 6 to 12. After that, you will be selecting your particular grade, your board, that is CBSE, ICSE, whatever, and then the language that you want to learn in, Hindi, English, whatever. Now, in the description of this video, you have a special class link. Go to that link, click on that, you will be having a pop-up of notify me. So you will be notified 10 minutes before the class begins. And you can use my code to unlock that special class for free. What's my code? It is RITIKACLIVE. So that is my code. Please use it and have the experience of special class for free of cost. Now let's quickly revise. Let's go back to see what are the things we have learned today. So students, let's have a quick 10-minute revision. Hydrocarbons. What are hydrocarbons? Compounds made up of only carbon and hydrogen. How many types? Aliphatic and cyclic. Aliphatic are divided into saturated, unsaturated. Saturated having only single bond, unsaturated having double and triple bond, known as alkenes and alkynes respectively. Cyclic, they are of again two types, which is alicyclic and aromatic. Talking about alkenes, they are known as olefins. Why olefins? Because they form oily products. The lower members, they form oily products when we treat them with chlorine or bromine. They should at least have one carbon-carbon double bond. The general formula is CnH2n. N should be 2 or greater than 2. Next is the structure. Okay, so you can see a double bond in each structure. Next is isomerism. So isomerism, the alkanes show two types of isomerism. One is position. Okay, so position means there is a change in the position of double bond. Okay, and next is chain isomerism. So in that case, the carbon atoms, they show a difference, like we can have a straight chain, we can have branches, etc. Next is the structure. The structure of ethene, it is a planar or flat structure with 4 CH single bond and 1 C and C double bond. Preparation. First is dehydration of ethyl alcohol. So when we take ethanol with concentrated sulfuric acid, we heat it to 170 degrees Celsius, we get ethene. Next is dehydrohalogenation. So when we take, let's say, halogens, okay, which are mixed with ethane, that is ethyl halide. Okay, and when we have this alcoholic hot concentrated solution of potassium hydroxide, we get ethene. Next is physical properties of ethene. So ethene, first of all, it is colorless, it is inflammable, it has got a sweetish smell. The melting point is 169 degrees Celsius in negative, boiling point is minus 102 degrees Celsius. It's not soluble in water but soluble in organic solvents, and when we inhale it, it gives anesthetic effect. Chemical properties. So addition of hydrogen, it is known as hydrogenation. When ethene and hydrogen is added to it using suitable catalyst, we get ethane. Next is addition of halogen. So when halogen is added to ethene, we get saturated dichloro, dibromo or diiodoethane. Fluorine is not used. Why? Because it is explosive and the compound formed is not stable. Next is addition of water, which is hydration reaction. When ethene, water is added to ethene using particular acid, we get alcohol, and then addition of hydrochloric acid, so we again get alcohol. Okay, so ethene, when we make it to react with hydrochloric acid, we get chloroethane, and when we make it to react with potassium hydroxide, we get the alcohol. Next is polymerization. So what is polymerization? When two or more molecules of same compound, they join each other to form a bigger compound, that is known as polymerization. Okay, so ethene undergoes polymerization to form the very famous polyethene. Next is oxidation reaction. So ethene, when it is undergoing oxidation, it will be giving 1,2-ethane diol. Okay, and I hope you know how to name these compounds. Then on combustion, it gives carbon dioxide, water, and lots of heat. When talking about uses of ethene, polythene, of course, then it is used for ripening of fruit. It is used to make epoxy ethane, which is a compound used in detergents. It is used for synthetic chemicals, okay, for synthesis of various chemicals, and it is used in oxyethylene flame, which is used for cutting and welding purposes, right? So I hope that is very much clear. Now, as I told you, the very important thing, I am again reminding you the Republic Day special offer, which is only valid from today, 25th January, 26th January, and 27th January. Only 3 days. Now, what is this offer? If you take a subscription or 1-year subscription, okay, or above, you will be getting extra 6-month extension, which is absolutely free of cost. Now, for that, you can use RITIKACLIVE, that is my code, and you will be getting again a 10% off on subscription. Right, so the time is less, so please hurry up, okay, and please download the Unacademy Learner app. You can get it on Google Play Store or App Store. Try all these features for free of cost. Use my code, and also join the Telegram channel. Join the special classes. Students, you will be loving those classes. Trust me, okay? So let us meet in our next class, in which we will be learning a bit more about various things, okay? Till then, keep learning, keep studying, take care. All the very best for your examination preparations. Let's meet in our next class. Thank you, everyone. Take care.